In our first episode, we talked about the 5 purposes for Pathfinder Ministry. And if you go back and look at it, you'll see that number 3 was to keep our young people connected to and obedient to the Lord who died for them on the cross. Well, a big piece of that is the community of which they are part. There is no question that the early Christian church was about community. It was about relationships. They didn't have great organization. They didn't have structures. They didn't have facilities. They didn't have cathedrals to go to. It was the way they treated each other. And if you begin to sit down and ask a group of young people who are in Pathfinders, why are you in Pathfinders? What keeps you here? They'll say all sorts of things. Some of them will say it's because of the fun activities. Some will say it's because of camping. But almost always it comes down to the fact that this is where their friends are. You say, well, we've only got 2 kids in the club. Well, that's important. They have to have those friends. But the adults, your staff, can also be their friends. George Barna, the famous Christian researcher, has done enough research over the last 30 years to be able to tell us pretty accurately that there are 2 critical things that new members of a congregation have to stick with the congregation. The first is that they have to make 3 committed, important, connected relationships. They have to have real friendship with 3 people. The second item is they have to be involved with the ministry of whatever the organization is. We'll get to the ministry in a later episode, but particularly here, we want to talk about friends. If you're having trouble keeping your kids in the club, maybe you need to find a way of getting them to invite their friends from other places to join your club. And you need to make a focus of what your ministry is to make sure that those young people are connected to their counselors, to the support staff, to you as a director. You're the reason that they come back. They love you, they care for you, they know that you care about them. They want those relationships. They may come in and have an absolute great time earning honors. They may appreciate the things that they're learning and investiture achievement. They may have fun with drill and marching or with a drama team. But unless they have a real personal connection, unless there's somebody there that they know is going to be missing them, there's a good chance they won't come back year after year. I know of a club who was so connected that the young people would come back from college to go on campouts with them. They would drive 7 and 8 hours each direction because they knew of the connection that was there. That is critical for us to keep them connected to the church. We want to bring them in, but we need to keep them connected. So consider that. How can you build relationships between your Pathfinders and between your Pathfinders and the staff?